Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Just waiting for some people to join. Happy full moon in Scorpio. So the title of this video.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, no,
welcome.
my gosh, my headphones are not connected. Let me connect my headphones. Oh. Happy full moon in Scorpio, everybody. And let me know if you can hear me. I really hope that you can. Today, I want to talk to you, and if you can't hear me, please just tell me. I really hope that it's working. So I want to talk to you about this powerful full moon. Oh, you're so welcome. I love being here with you. So this is really powerful energy. Really powerful energy. And I've titled this video, Be Careful What You Wished For. Because what I want to say to you is you just might have gotten it. You just might have gotten it, or you might just be getting it, right? Really, really like, so this is kind of twofold, and I'll go into it more, right? Hey, Mohammed. Hey, Malika. Hey, Katumba. Hey, Payphone. So good to see you. Whoa, I also just had like a crazy deja vu. Whoa. So that's interesting to know. I don't get them very often, but when I do, I feel like deja vus very much mean that you're on the right track. Like this moment has happened before. That's so interesting. So this is really powerful energy. And it really is like, be careful what you had wished for. You probably have it. And the thing that I really want to invite you into in this is this deep, sort of radical responsibility in what you've created, in what you've called in, and, you know, imperfectly, perfectly so. Human beings are flawed, right? Like human beings are naturally deeply flawed. And so there's also this call for this depth of compassion and this depth of richness in self-love, in owning your shadows, right? Like really getting honest and real with yourself. Like if you were ever going to be honest with yourself, it should be right now. If you were ever going to be super real with yourself, I would hope to Goddess that it is right now. This is energy where you can run and you can try and hide, but you are not going to escape looking at your own shit. And the people that are sort of not doing that, let's call the people that are not doing that, the people that are not like taking the responsibility, this energy is really uncomfortable. There's a lot of the blame, there's a lot of like the blame vibes in this current energy, right? Like this sort of rush to blame, the rush to point fingers, the rush to be like, well, it's all their fault. It's all everybody else's fault. So what I would really invite you into is maybe you haven't been ready for the thing, and that's okay, right? One of my friends that I had dinner with tonight, she was like, well, you know, people think that they're ready, but if they were really ready for the thing, they would already have it. And, you know, we laughed. And I mean, it's just so true. And I find this as well. You know that you're ready because you have the thing, right? And this is especially true with relationships. And, you know, Taurus, with all this Taurus energy, the stellium in Taurus, that's about love. It's about value. Like, have you figured it out yet? That the things that you love are the things that you value, the things that you value are the things that you love. So it's also this invitation to look at where you've neglected value, where you've thrown value to the side, where you've thought that maybe value wasn't important. You know, it's very much quality over quantity. And anyone who is doing like anything in the realm of sort of unhealthy quantity right now is really going to experience like a swift kick in the ass at some point. Like they're basically going to fall flat on their face. Because the thing is we have this Saturn energy coming in as well. And Saturn increases whatever is already there, right? So Saturn actually gives better returns than Jupiter, right? But Saturn very much is you reap what you sow. Have you been moving in love? You know, all this Taurus energy is about love. The full moon is about rebirth, right? Can you forgive yourself for not acting in love? Can you take an inventory of all of the moments where you have not acted in love so that you can actually act from a place of love, right? Can you look at your patterns and how they've created, you know, the darker things? This is not like happy-go-lucky energy. This is actually difficult energy, especially for relationships. So you've probably seen this. Tons of people are breaking up or have already broken up and will continue to break up. And please, I am not saying that that's the case. In fact, I would caution you the other way. Like I would caution you to not make any sort of rash decisions, especially with the Uranus energy coming in, but also be expecting sudden changes, right? Also be expecting to go through, you know, maybe some rough patches as it pertains to love, having anxieties around that, but really being willing to show up in these darker places, right? What are the uncomfortable truths in love and in money that you don't want to face, right? Hey, CP, how are you? So good to see you. What have you blamed on other people that you can now actually take responsibility for, right? If I were to like draw a line in the sand, hey, American Paisa, how are you? If I were to draw a line in the sand and go, everything is your creation. Everything is your creation here. Okay, I get that the things that happened in the past, I get it, right? But from this point on, everything's your creation. What would it look like if you took radical responsibility for especially the dirty parts, right? The parts that you put away in the darkness, that you think that other people can't see. Well, people can feel it. And if you know anything about me, and if you've been following me for a long time, you know I am not about, you know, faux toxic sort of positivity. I actually am I love the darkness, right? I think we need both. We need the sun and we need the moon in order to truly grow. And darkness, I don't think is bad, right? I think that we assign these things to these things. The light can be just as bad and just as unsafe, sometimes even more so, depending on what we're talking about. So I'm literally talking about the sun and the sunlight, right? If you just stood under the sunlight all day, I mean, what would happen? If you put a plant under the sun all day, 24/7, 365, it would die, of course. It would be too much. So where have you made your dark parts bad or wrong? Or where have you hidden them? Where have you refused to see the truth about what actually is, aka what you actually have. And just breathing into that as I say it, if you feel like this is bringing anything up for you. What if I invited you into this conversation where we just accept that you've created your life as it is right now? And know that everybody runs from this conversation. This is the conversation that every person runs from. And instead, you sat with it. And instead, you went, I don't like how this feels, maybe. But this is exactly what I've created. And I want to love more. I want to do better. Like, I want to have better quality. And I know, and I've been knowing for a long time, Saturn, right? That things have needed to change, for example. And it's like in that, the Uranus energy comes in. And if you really mean it, I mean, you mean it. If you really mean it, this energy can serve for this unexpected, like completely, like you won't even see it coming, deep rebirth, almost like you're living in a different world, almost like you have a different life. Really, for some of you, and of course, this is not going to be for all of you, right? This is general. But for some of you, oh, wow, you are creating a completely different life. And you've been kind of going back and forth and back and forth. And, you know, you've been getting better and better and better. But it is time now. Like, this is the time now to accept this, to stop running, to stop hiding, to stop making excuses, stop blaming. What if you found out that you were living in the Matrix? I think that we are. But what if you found out that we were all living in the Matrix? And everything and everyone, right? Especially those people closest to you, were projections of the parts of you that need healing, of parts of you that maybe you don't want to look at, right? What would you do then, right? How would you show up then? What I'm not saying is to have relationships with terrible people, like hurtful people. I'm not saying that. What I'm not saying is that people like that, you know, their behavior is like your fault or something. No, no, no. God, no. God, no. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about generally speaking. Can you come to this place of rebirth within yourself? You know, it's this deeply emotional energy that's actually asking to be looked at completely logically. Like 1 + 1 = 2. Like, you said no to this opportunity and now you don't have the opportunity, and here we go. Or you said yes to the opportunity and therefore this is why you have the opportunity. It is asking you in a time of deep emotion, can you look at this logically? Can we look at what you've said yes to, what you've said no to, and just completely unemotionally go, okay, here we are, and it's okay. It is okay, because this is deep magic. This energy is deep, deep magic. You might even feel like you're pregnant right now. Many people I know, I brought this up in my mistress mind, the Queen's Coven. Oh my goodness, the Queen's Coven, where I help turned on queenpreneurs triple their income, 5 times their income, 10 times their income, depending, everyone's in different places. And I highly suggest that if you want to get into that, we will be launching in June. So let me know. Also, I have my mistress class on feminine dominance happening May 5th. The link is down below for that. And I highly suggest that you get in there. It's completely free. So you might even be feeling like you're pregnant. You might even be feeling like you're about to birth something, like something's like about to come out of you. You might be feeling super, super, super introspective. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see anyone. I don't know about you. I've been like hiding in the shadows. Like, I've not wanted to really see anybody except family. Like the energy is so deep. It's like this dark swirling ocean that's like trying to pull you in, and you're like, oh my gosh, should I go in the water? Should I stay on land? And it is asking you to stay on land, right? It's asking you to be with the ocean, be with it, honor it, but to not listen to, the voices, not make the darker things mean what you've been making them mean, and instead bring them into the light. And with that being said, you're going to find out secrets. Like this is absolutely a time of finding out secrets, especially as it relates to love, especially as it relates to people's like activities that they thought that they could hide, right? Things like this, especially in the world of sexuality, especially in the world of money. Like people are going to start finding out things. So that's something that you want to look at as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing this, especially in the celebrity world, where there's going to be like more scandals happening, way more scandals happening. And a lot of these things are not new things. The things that you're going to be hearing about and that maybe people have already started to hear about with celebrities, especially, it's not that they're new things. A lot of the people are going to already know about them. Like, oh, they knew about this forever, but they were just whatever, dealing with it, pretending that they didn't see it. And I think that this is the other inquiry that I want to bring you into is what have you been pretending that you can't see? What have you been pretending that you can't see? What have you been romanticizing that is asking to be done away with? Right? What are you needing to come to terms with? And either decide, like, are you going to rebirth this? And you better do it. Like, if that's what you want to do, if you want to rebirth the thing, rebirth the thing and get it together and rebirth the thing. Or be like, once and for all, we need to let this go. And here's all of the responsibility that I'm taking in this on both sides, right? Also, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer those for you too, right? Like, what is it that you need to just let go of? And in case you need help with that, the check-ins right now are, is it helping you open your heart more? Is it helping you open your heart more? Or is it just painful? Does it highlight your good parts? Or has it been highlighting maybe your darker parts in ways that you don't like? What would it be like if you really showed up in this full value energy? Like full value for you, not they need to value me, right? Whether we're talking about the clients, the love, the friends. And you went, you know what? I am walking in full alignment. And whatever I don't have right now, oh, it's 11:11 where I am. Oh, it's 11:11. Ah, look at that. Whatever you don't have, oh yeah, it just changed. Whatever you don't have is simply a reflection of what you've said yes to and what you've said no to. However you're being treated, right? By clients, by friends, by lovers, by family, whatever. Only a reflection of what you said yes to and what you said no to. And the thing that I want to name here is that if it's something from a long time ago, and maybe you don't have a great relationship with your parents, for example, or family or friends, or maybe you've just been through a lot. Okay, maybe when you said yes to the thing, you didn't even know what you were saying yes to. You know, maybe you didn't even get to have an opinion about what you got to say yes to. Like, fuck, right? And what are you saying yes to now? Like, really, 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 really. If it's love, do you really move in love? Like, really? If it's money, do you really move in wealth and quality? Like, really, really, really? Or do you pretend that you move in love, but like everybody pisses you off, right? Do you pretend that you move in quality and value, but you're like, you know, talking to people that you shouldn't be talking to, but nobody knows about that, for example, right? And I just want to say, like, this is necessary to go through because this is how you get here. This is how you do the checks and the balances. And you go, oh, okay, you caught me, right? Like, this is okay. That's literally why you're here, right? We are all just working on ourselves, right? We're all just walking each other home. So, how have you been walking each other, right? You know, I've heard, I can't remember who says this, so forgive me. I believe she's a doctor. I'm not sure. I just can't remember her name. If you know, type it down below. She says, how you end your last relationship is how you will do your next relationship. And I think that that is so true. And I think that that's true in love. And I think that that's true in business. And this is where it's like, okay, how have you been ending things in your life? Have you been showing up fully, right? Have you been showing up fully, heart open? Like, hey, listen, I don't expect you to do anything with this, but this is how I feel, right? How have you been walking the other person home? So, coming back to this place of deep knowing that you are about to go through an epic rebirth if you are actually ready, right? If you are actually ready. And if you're like, oh, I am ready, but it's not happening, ask yourself the question and journal, if I wasn't ready for this thing yet, insert thing here, why would that be? If there were any reasons why I'm not ready for this thing yet, what would that be? What would they be? And just see what is there. And then on the other side of that, journal What do I have to know, believe, or experience to be ready right now? What do I have to know, believe, or experience to be ready right now? Right? And can we get you back into this energy just every single day? This is the thing, right? So I'm going to wrap this up because it is getting quite late. This is about a radical rebirth, right? This is also about endings and new beginnings. This is being completely fearless when you feel absolutely terrified to say the thing, to show up, to stay open. This is about staying open when you feel like closing. This is about quality, not quantity. This is about going deeper and saying, fuck that to surface level, anything that's surface level, right? Are these the people that you want and that you trust to walk you home? To goddess, to God, right? To soul. Are they people, for example, or things that bring you deeper into your soul, or that only serve to distract you? Because remember, as we began this, Saturn is the energy of very much reaping what we sow. And it is time. It is time for you to really just sit with what's actually there and reclaim your power of deep alchemy and transformation in this place. And you cannot do that if you don't know what's there. You cannot do that if you can't face what's there. You cannot do that if you're pointing at other people's gardens and not minding your own and going, yeah, that weed is mine too. It is. And this is what I'm going to do with it. Right? Coming back to the logical in this state of deep emotion, feeling the call into the depths of the ocean and going, I am with you and I am not going with you. Like, I am so with you. I hear the call. I hear it. And I feel that power. I am not going with you. Because I want love and I want death and I want magic and I want to experience this rebirth, even though I know that this thing has been painful or that thing has been painful. Right? This is not pretty energy. I think it's called the pink moon or something, right? I think it's called the pink moon. I'm like, well, that's misleading. That's misleading. This is not pretty energy. This is very cavey energy, going in and not knowing what's going to happen, right? Giving birth in this way that changes you forever and ever. And you get to choose that it's for the best. You get to choose that it's for the best. Okay, my loves, I love you so much. Wuzzy Fuzzy, hey Larissa, hey Moonflower Tarot. Ooh, I've got to check out your channel. I love watching tarot vids. Hey Dusky Long. Hey DBJ. I hope I didn't miss. Hey Karen. Hey, Amber. Hey, Katumba. Yeah. Okay, so my feminine dominance mistress class will be happening May 5th. I was like, I almost said 2015. Whoa. What is happening? Time warp. 2021. Yeah, I don't know why I almost said that. 2021, May 5th, 2021 at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's New York time, and 12 p.m. Pacific, so LA time. And it is completely free. The link is down below. And if it's not down below, just check out my Instagram. It's linked in my Instagram bio. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's at the Awakened Aphrodite. So please do. And it is time to make your wishes and make them good, because you will get exactly what you've been asking for. So what have you been asking for? And what have you been showing up to actually receive? What are you actually ready for? Well, we're about to find out, my loves. I want you to cast your spells below, my magical people. Cast all of your spells below. Let me put all of my magic all over them. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And I'm excited to see you very, very soon. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. Happy full moon in Scorpio. It is time to make your wishes come true, because you get to, and because you've made it here, and because I am so proud of you for that. And because you've made it all this way, it is time for you to really go, yeah, it is time. I do deserve this, and I can create this. And no, it's not always going to be easy, but it's always, Taurus, going to be worth it. I love you so much. I love you. Thank you for being here with me.